Huh. What are you watching porn?
Yeah, I watch porn. Sometimes I'm watching it on Reddit, and sometimes on X.
Reddit.
Yeah, I feel like people. Sometimes I get a little like I don't know, the over produced can
The worst.
It loses its excitement for me. I kind of like it looks like somebody's homemade thing that just I just prefer that.
You just found.
Yeah, like,
Like, oh my god, I found the
God,
videos
look at
of this guy. Like,
your neighbors left it at your house on accident. You're like, oh wow.
I left the camera in his.
Yeah,
apartment, actually.
It goes all the way. I don't like produce, and now I like illegal.
I don't like it produced unless I'm producing it.
Yeah,
It's my cameras that I'm setting
I
up.
need it to be highly produced so that I can know that somebody vetted them for trafficking.
Okay, that's a good point.
Because I've recently, and I think I've said this before, recently moved in by myself, can just listen to the sound on. I've been a sound off person forever. And all the videos that I liked, I don't like anymore because they're like, you're my real dad. Dad, stop doing that to me. And he's like, it's fine. I won't tell mom. And she's like, that's not the problem.
Yeah,
I have homework to do. And he's like,
I can't ever get into.
I'll write you a sick note.
I can't ever get into the family ones. It always takes.
Do you
me
have a good family?
I have a good family. So
That's what it is.
I
Oh, we found it.
Yeah,
Oh, we
sorry to
found
out
it.
myself as loved.
But you know what the problem with the family stuff
Call
is
'em
now?
loved.
Is they're just making regular porn now family porn. Like
Yeah.
it'll be a regular
Yeah.
video of two people having sex and it'll be like, by the way, they're related in the title. You know?
You know
Right.
what my problem with the family porn stuff is? Because I do engage, but it's like way too quick to sex. Like, I'm always like, there should be a
Where's
little bit more
Thanksgiving dinner?
convincing. I'm like, let me watch the full convincing happening. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he didn't finish his homework, so his stepdad's shoving his cock in his mouth. I'm like, okay, you've done this before.
It's like, what are his grades? What's
Yeah,
the plan
yeah.
to get him back on track? Like,
Right.
where's the
And that-
teacher conference?
That dad is-
Help him.
Yeah.
And then bond. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, let's make a trusted space. Although I don't know if you can make a trusted space when you're having sex with your stepdad. But I do think for the video, I'll take a couple extra minutes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It was like, I'd be able to think more clear. I think if he was like, I'd be able to help you better if I could just come real quick. That's how my brain works. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, sure. But he's always like, yeah, you little dirty fucker. Like, why didn't you do your homework? Like, sound off was better. It was a better life. I lived in a secret little bubble where no dads were real.
Also, by the way, it's so crazy because the stepdads always have like insane gay voice to a point where you're like, okay, well, so is your mom like delusional or like what's going on? Because this is not a heterosexual marriage.
I was thinking about that today. Like, what if my mom was like, it's okay that you fuck my husband?
Oh, that would be
Like,
bad.
it's fine. And I'd be like, I mean, it's not bad.
It's so strange to me that you didn't use any audio before. I
Yeah.
feel like that's like a key component.
I'm getting into it now. I
You're
do
coming out of the
agree.
dark ages.
I do agree, but I wasn't doing it that way. So
Ever.
no, I also hate the sound of like stirring macaroni and cheese. Like, I don't like sounds.
Is that what you think sex sounds like?
Sometimes-
It sounds like stirring mac
Mamma
and
mia.
cheese. Yeah.
Well, that's the
Sometimes.
ASMR I'm doing in the background of my homemade.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get the
Oh,
sound
Chip
right.
sent me a fucking just a voice memo of what he thought was like hot, and it was interesting.
Yeah, they're.
But I
going
found
through-
myself closing my eyes and being like, "Is this sad?"
So what was making you not want to listen to it before? Just the sounds in general were freaking you out?
No, because if the acting is at all bad,
Sure.
then it ruins it for me.
Yeah.
And so I can take the acting away by just listening to the sound off.
Gotcha.
So, and it was so hard. It's so hard to find good acting,
Yeah.
especially when they're like, "You didn't do your homework."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more improv for them, right? They're not running lines.
I think they're running lines.
Really? That's written.
I don't know. You can tell when it's not written because they kind of stumble over it. They're like, "Do you feel my deep cock in your fucking mouth?"
Also, I hate to be a freak. I think I'm watching too much like solo stuff.
I've never watched solos.
Or like I watch a lot of like, God, I hate to be gratuitous in the pod if that's the word to use, but I watch a lot of like glory hole videos.
Is it in public or is it at a guy's house?
Some guy who like put up a sheet.
Oh my god!
Some guy with
I
a
would
craft
be disgusted
project.
by how cheap this man was. Like,
There's
I'll buy
one guy
some
in
shit.
Houston who has a glory hole, and he has like it's like the best. I've actually never. He must put in his ad like only really great dicks because that's what he puts in there.
Vetting.
Yeah. He's vetting
It's
the
a long
dicks.
vetting process.
Yeah.
The
And-
ugly face is okay. Only pretty dicks.
yeah. Well, you don't see the face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I need I can't believe you were doing. I need to hear it, or otherwise.
What do you like to hear them say?
you know, let's
knock,
like,
knock.
Like, yeah.
Who's there?
Pizza's ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, how did you get in that laundry, that dryer washer? You know.
I guess.
You know what takes me out of it? If they start speaking or making noise and I can tell that they're British, I'm out. I can't do it. I can't.
I can do Irish. I cannot do British.
Irish sometimes is okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I cannot do Scottish. Scottish is the worst.
Scottish because it's like I don't know what they're saying.
I'm looking
Wouldn't
for
you like to do this? Put it in me hole. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're my stepson. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm with you. I'm American only.
Yeah.
I'm an American girl doll. I really don't believe in because I think
Don't believe in.
Well, wait. I feel like
The British.
English.
I personally don't believe in
stop.
the British.
But don't you agree? It's like when you're watching porn, you're like so hyped up. You're like, I'm looking for something that could possibly happen to me today.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't say I'm gonna meet a British person today. You know
And
what I
then
mean?
I will become British.
Yeah. I need to see myself in here and have
Yeah.
options.
Yeah,
Do
I
y'all
could do
like
Russian.
Do you all like a narrative leading up into it? Like, do you need
I think it's
something
nice.
to be?
I think that's why I'm into the short stepson shit, which I'm now finding I don't like it that much, but because that had all the context I needed. So I didn't need this and then they did this and then they did that. I was like, no, that's his fucking stepdad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one video that I thought was like the hottest video I'd ever seen, where it was just like two hot gay guys, and it was called like In Austin, and this guy was like traveling the country, and in every city he would just find a new hot guy, and they would just like film having sex.
That was the idea for my OnlyFans.
Yeah, well,
It's called Colton's Travels, but
Yeah,
I didn't
but
go.
it's just-
I didn't go anywhere. And now I'm monogamous. Where is this going?
yeah.
Well, see,
Yeah.
now,
I like
here's
that
a
as an
question.
idea, though.
With gay porn, do you get like the same, I don't want to say like franchises that you get in straight porn, like the bang bus?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, bait
Yeah,
bus.
we have Uncle.
What is it
Fucker.
called?
Bait bus.
No, Uncle.
Say uncle.
Say uncle. That's
Say
one.
uncle.
I actually I do like say uncle's word.
So wait, what
There's,
happens?
like,
Someone's just driving around.
Missionary
and then, like, hop
boys.
in?
That's
Yeah.
all with like
Oh,
the.
I'm not into missionary. I don't like the underwear. I don't like the priest stuff.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
It's just too on the nose that it's like reclaiming trauma, which is totally fair if anybody's doing that. No
Yeah.
shade if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
out there.
But it's not my trauma.
It's just like I just can't get myself to get out of that where I'm like, oh, this is traumatic on some
like
I
watching a
understand
period play.
reclaiming trauma, but my trauma is like my parents ignoring me. So I'd be like, "Where's everybody at the party? This is awesome. I'm by myself again."
I feel like that's gotta be another genre,
Yeah, it's like mom
right?
and dad in the corner finally
Yeah,
talking
mom
to you while you're getting railed.
A family meeting. It's
Yeah,
just called
yeah.
family meetings. I'm like, we never used to do
MEAT
this.
meeting.
This is amazing.
There is one called like family something. There's
Family
one called
creep.
Yeah, or dad creep.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's one called like disruptive or something where it's like those ones are like fucked up. But
Could you imagine how embarrassed? Like, we had to go to a bank when we opened our company and said, like, hey, we're opening a company called Some of This Is Bad. And that was
Yeah.
kind of embarrassing. Imagine having to go with, like, I'm opening dadcreep.com.
Yeah.
I'm opening.
I need a
Uncle
bank
Porn
account.
LLC.
Yeah, like, there's like a woman named Diane that opened that account for her.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
them.
But yeah, everyone makes money in special ways.
Yeah.
Special ways.
Yeah.
Special little hallways. This has been the dirtiest start we've ever
I know
had.
we never do this. Usually it's
I'm
like,
honored.
Yeah, you're usually like, how are you?
And I feel like we haven't asked you one question.
We
so
haven't.
let's-
And let's jump into that.
Yeah.
Let's jump into
So, this is back. Some of this is back. Some of this is back. Some of this is
Here to drag out whores.
No,